questions, and then if you want to jump over. Oh, that's right. I said happy birthday to Gus, didn't I? That's funny as. Yeah, I'll just do a couple more and then we might just bounce on over. Let's get the likes to 5K. Oh, geez. Are we on that many likes? Are we? Shit. Jesus. Respect that. Respect the hustle, Dan. Thank you, mate. Also, get around to Dan O'Halloran's channel, mate. I think it's called Dantalizing. Good mate of mine. So if you want to check him out, feel free. He's getting involved on the stream. So go check him out. Surely Sincott. Yeah, absolutely. He has been dominating the VFL, mate. Surely he comes in. Do I go Timmy English because he is facing Darcy? Or Bont or English? Look, someone raised a good point in the comments. English doesn't really get a stack. Like, he gets a few hit-outs to advantage, but it's around the ground that he dominates. So I think that is where I would preference English. Look, I've got Bont and English, and I'm VCing English, put it that way. Stone, thoughts on keeping Grundy when Gawn gets back? Yeah, it's just to play it by ear for mine. I think keep him and see how they go together for even a week. And then if it goes back to Grundy scoring like it was at the start of the year, then yeah, you can probably make the move then. Sarong, I prefer to just wait on that one. He's dominating at the moment. I'm not sure. Is it an amazing hot streak or has he finally arrived? If you brought him in, I wouldn't call you crazy, but I'm not jumping at him just yet. We get one more question, then we'll just rock and roll over to YouTube. I believe Sard is injured, mate. I don't know what. I think it's short term, but he is out. We'll finish with Travis. Green and Day on my bench this week is hurting me hard. Oh, mate. It is some short-term pain. It is short-term pain, but there should be a bit of long-term gain there. So, thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you getting involved. A little half-hour sesh on the TikTok, but as always, we will be rolling this over to the YouTube setup. Bit of inception there, but yeah, if you want to keep asking some questions, feel free. I normally go to about 8:30 or something on YouTube. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back probably same time, 7 o'clock Wednesday. So if you want to get around it, we'll do it all again soon. But yeah, talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. Sometimes I think I stop one stream and I think I'm just, off camera, but then I realize I'm already on camera, bro. All right, let's do it. What's going on, guys? I appreciate your patience as Shorty does both streams there. I know a few of you YouTube fans would prefer me to just go straight onto the old YouTube straight away, but I unfortunately am going to make you wait just a smidgen longer because I always upload this onto AFL SuperCoach 360. They're really, really generous with their time. Let me get involved on their page. So let me just chuck that over there. Also did a collab with SuperCoach Edge during the week, and they were great fellas. Just really enjoyed it. So I think they've got a video up now, the one that I'm in, and I'll also have a video where they feature on mine. Hopefully later tonight. I've got it just loading up at the moment. But yeah, feel free to check them out as well. Yeah, went down to Lawn today, and I remember the other week, well, it was ages ago now, but I said that the Lawn Ice Creamery, the one with all the orange on the outside, I said the best milkshake, chalky milkshake on the Great Ocean Road. And this is twice now I've been, and it has been underwhelming. Underwhelming, mate. So if you've been there on my recommendation, I apologize because it was worse today. I was like, is this fucking chocolate or vanilla, bro? I was very disappointed. I used to just line the inside with chocolate sauce, mate. It was everywhere. Now it's just a little trickle. I'm like, bro, load me up. Load me up. Don't be shy. And then just even the actual milkshake itself today, just a bit light on, mate. I want it rich. I want it thick, mate. Thick. I want a thick chocolate shake down my guts. But type this fella in. We're live if you want to throw a few questions at me. Yep, cool. Sweet. I'll chuck the AFL hashtag in there too. Why not? Bang. Oh, fuck. I should have put a thumbnail. That looks stupid. No. All right. Let's do it. Got that there. It's an absolute mission getting organised sometimes. Organisation isn't my strong suit, some people would say. But, and who would have thought amusement, the first comment? You know, some things you can just rely on in life. What's going on, mate? CI says, is it worth Tom Green and Tom Mitchell? I answered that one on TikTok, I reckon, but I don't think it's worth doing both. I would personally prefer maybe the Tom Mitchell one, but my message for Green is hold him this week. Chappy, what's going on, mate? How are you? You're flying at the moment too, aren't you, chap? I believe he's ranked like in the 300s or something. Crazy stuff. Kanga says Took or Dawson. I get same players on field. I'd go Dawson just because I think he's sort of the flavour of the month. Like you don't want to get left behind. Even though I kind of am because I went Stewart, but Stewart was still good. So I'd go Dawson, but both very good options. Owen, hey, Shorty, I have a choice for my boost between Cowan to Cogs or Ashcroft and Snag Miller. I feel Miller can get away, but Cogs can't this week. Tough one because I feel like Ashcroft has a bit more coin to make as well. Honestly, mate, I kind of prefer Cowan to Cornelio. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, you're right. Like Miller's probably going to give you more points, could get away from you, but I'm just looking at it from more of an Ashcroft point of view. I feel like Cowan, I don't know. Ashcroft gives us such good options in terms of a rookie, but food for thought. Ray, thoughts on Butters this week? I mean, look, he's a capable star of doing what he did on the weekend. I don't feel the need to bring him in SuperCoach. He is a bit up and down. He played great on the weekend. I don't think it was because he was out and out midfield or anything like that. But, not for SuperCoach at this point in time. Galaxy, hey, short stuff. What's going on, mate? How are you? Jackson, hey, Shorty. Is Jimby, McKenzie, and Chandler for Sinclair, Robertson, Williams a good trade? Absolutely, mate. In fact, it is almost my exact trades, except Jimby Chandler instead of Davey. So I like it. Xavier is Andy Brayshaw and Dylan Moore for Dawson and Zeeble. Dylan Moore's been going okay, hasn't he? I understand the Brayshaw one, but I'd be keeping Moore. I feel like I looked at his stats throughout the week. He's going okay. Yeah. What's going on, Lewis? How are you? Thanks for dropping in the question. Mills, question mark. Yeah, there's a big question mark. And I was at the game, Richmond and Sydney on Friday. Very much halfback flank style. Concerning. I would, I'd trade personally, but it makes me worried when he's had those premium 115 years as a midfielder. Seems to be playing a bit more back. I don't think he had one centre bounce on a Friday. Too late for Zeeble and Dawson, says CI. No, not too late, particularly for Zeeble. He's still pretty nicely priced. Dawson, yeah, top end, but yeah, not too late. Musket, Jeremy Cameron or Cogs. I wouldn't mind the money, but I like it. Cameron and going for Geelong makes me want him more. Yeah, well, mate, I'm right there with you being a fellow Cats fan. But if I take my Cats hat off, I would bring in Cornelio. Cameron's in amazing form, as you well know, but I do think if you said to me who's going to average more by the end of the year, I would still say Cornelio. And I think that extra cash just solidifies that decision. Patrick, get in Cogs or Butters. Cornelio for sure. I know he hasn't been. It's sort of the difference. Butters is like an in-form half-forward flanker, and Cogs is a slightly out-of-form midfielder. He's playing good footy. It's just not quite effective, and he's given away a few dumb things like we saw a few weeks back. But I'll go Cogs, mate. Chase, between Mackenzie, Jimby, and Baker, who would you pick to trade out for a premium mid? I'd go Jimby, mate. I just think it makes sense in terms of the he's the most expensive of the lot, so he's made us almost the most amount of coin because he did start slightly more expensive than some of those guys. And I just think the time is right. Mackenzie's also in that boat because of the sub effect score. But yeah, if I had to, I'd go Jimby. Josh says, smile for my B reel. That is hilarious. Let me know if you actually got me smiling. That would be an absolute pisser. Chappie, green to Neil this week, and considering I'm 320 in rank. Oh, it's a different question when you are 320 in rank, mate. It's a different question because I'm sitting here saying, hold Tommy Green, hold him. But when you're that high up in the ranks, bro, I'd be almost doing the same as you. My party line is hold Tom Green. But man, when you're there in the top end of the ranks, I do not blame you at all. Just jotting a few of your trade ideas down just to give me a little bit of fuel for my preview later in the week. Just give Shorty a few ideas of what the good folk out there are thinking and wanting to hear about. Answered that one. Noah, Shorty, you looking cute. Oh, Noah, you're too kind, mate. Too kind. Theo, what's he say? In Took because of bye, Matt Roberts and S. Mitchell from the Hawks. Out Mackenzie, Jimby, Tom Green. I've got 250K in the bank now and had 33K. Should I aim for Will Day next or aim for someone else cheaper? Hope you're well. Yeah, I hope you're well as well, mate. If you got all that cash, I mean, honestly, I love what Will Day is doing, but I'd almost prefer to aim at a Sicily next week, a different Hawk. But I think I said on TikTok, like I reckon over the next 2 weeks, you got to bring in like a minimum of 2 of these guys, Sinclair, Sicily, and Cornelio. I just don't think we're going to get them at a cheaper price. And I genuinely think they're top 6 in their position. So, Chase, Shorty, you lovely sing. Oh, the natives are restless tonight. We love when they get a little bit loose. Also, Sunday, goal kicking down in Geelong. Just come and kick the footy. Bring your Sharon. Come and have a kick if you want. 12 o'clock, Sunday, just at Deakin. If you want a bit more info on that, did a video last week. You'll see it on my channel. But yeah, it'd be lovely. If you're in the vicinity, feel free to come along, talk some shit, kick the footy. We'll have Langers down there filming it as well, so you'll get on the channel. Xavier, is Andy Brayshaw and Dylan Moore out for Dawson's? I think I answered this one before. Yeah, got faith in Moore. Concerned about Brayshaw would be that in short. Sards, what's going on, mate? How are you? Oliver, should I get rid of Cripps? No, I don't think so. Like, my worry is probably the same with Cripps, is that I don't know if he's a top 8 mid at the moment. But it's not like he needs to go out. Like, he's still been playing good footy. So I think if you started with him, I think you keep him. But yeah, CI, look, I don't think it's too late for Zeeble or Dawson. And just comment once because I will get to your question. I will get to it. You're a sexy beast. Love you from Theo. Oh, the love is up and about tonight, boys. It's and ladies, if there's any ladies out there. But love is in the house tonight. So great to see you all. Got the quiz later as well if you want to stick around. Langers informs me that he's not going to be back to defend his title. Plus, I've got a 12-question quiz tonight. So look out. Frank, hey, Shorty, shut your wardrobe door, please. Well, you don't like seeing my lovely collection of jackets in there, bro? James, g'day, Shorty. How's it going? I'm well, mate. How are you? Thoughts on going Ashcroft to lead, who has a juicy fixture? Yeah, it's a couple of times people said Ashcroft. What's his break even? I feel like his break even, just guessing, is probably in the early 50s or something. Let's have a look. Because I feel like he's got 100 in him, like around the corner. Break even 44. Uh, Look, it's probably not a bad move, to be honest. To bring in Laird, Ashcroft maybe could make 10, 20K this week. Could he make, more? Well, depends if he turns up or not. I'll probably do it. I'd probably do that, to be honest. I just feel like Ashcroft could hit the three figures this week. But that's just a gut feel. We answered that one from Xavier. Noah says, fix the haircut. Mate, I'm actually booked in for a haircut tomorrow. And you want to know where I'm getting my haircut? Some place called something Shorties. So it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Jackson says, bro, stop spam. Yeah. Yeah, come on, CI. Just relax, mate. I answer the question. I'll get to them all. Unless I get an absolute barrage, I always look to get to them all. Galaxy, do you watch IPL? I do not, mate. I do not. Love me cricket, but no. Noah, Shorty, you dangerous character around the ice cream. Oh, mate, that's where I do my best work at the ice creamery. Frank says, Jimmy, Baker, McKenzie for Took, Roberts, Johnson, thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind it. I'll probably have sorry, Shorty's trying to type and talk. I'll probably have Johnson at the lower end of my rookies in terms of preference. I just don't know about his job security worries. I mean, you could say the same about Roberts. It's a bit of Shorty ASMR here with the water pouring. But, yeah, but same token, he was probably all the rage in pre-season, wasn't he? So I'm not bringing him in. I'm going for Roberts and Williams, but you can mount a pretty good case. Don't think I answered that overly well. Now I think about it, it's pretty lukewarm. Leo, do you think Chase Jones is a good option? Yeah, he's a good one to put down. On my notes, that is. He doesn't really excite me. No, I think at 308K, he's like a short-term cash generator. Like, if that's all you need him for, then that's great. He might surprise us. He might surprise us and keep rolling on. But at this stage, just the way my team's setting up, I don't really feel the need to bring him in. Got to that one from Xavier. Rowdry, g'day, Shorty. Do I trade out Ridley so I can get Miller with 180K, or trade out Oscar Baker and get Sinclair with 46K? That's interesting. I probably prefer the Ridley one, getting in Miller. But Baker's probably, look, they're both good trades. The only way I'd decide it, mate, is they're both good trades for this week. But what can that cash do you for next week? That's what I often decide my trades with. I mean, it's so hard to decide in the moment, but sometimes it gets decided for you. Like, I'm looking at, do I bring in Dawson this week instead of Sinclair? And then I look at next week and I go, actually, no. Like, I literally wrote it down. What I'd write. So next week, out Michael Laney, Baker, McKenna, in Sicily, Canelio, and Mitchell. I do need some good scores from McKenna and Baker for that to work. But that's sort of what decided, because I did the maths and there's probably 5 or 10K swinging either way. So that led me to go, nah, you're going to need every dollar you can get. So sometimes that's a way you can decide as well, like looking at 4 to 6 trades ahead. CI, is it worth trading out Rosie and Rampy and Florent? How long left for Jimby and McKenna? I think the time's now for Jimby. McKenna, I reckon 1 more week. I mean, it's always a rolling game, because if McKenna comes out and scores 92, all of a sudden the cash starts to flow again. If he comes out and scores 61, his last 2 are 55 and 61, he's probably cooked in terms of cash gen. Trade out Rosie? No, I think he's a top 6 forward. Rampy and Florent, yes. I'm not all over their scoring, but I know they ran hot at certain stages in the year, but I'm not really enthused about them. As prospects, mate. But thanks for the question. Chappy, bro, he reads everyone's questions. Chill out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, we might take a little while sometimes, but yeah, Shorty's here beyond 8:30, so we got time on our side. Jackson, Butters or Cornelio, Cogs for mine. I think there's a few of yous talking about that, and I think it's a fair call. Even Cameron's in that mix, so I'll jot that down. No, I'm a big believer in Cornelio. Let's not forget he is capable of 150s. I know it doesn't look like at the moment, but I think if it's not this week, then bring him in next week. Will, hey Shorty, how you going? I'm good, mates. How are you? What's going on? I reckon you popped in on the old TikTok, didn't you? And Lockie, hey Shorty, how's life treating you? Life's not too bad, mate. I'm on holidays at the moment, so that's pretty good. I was at Gather Round on the weekend. That was cool. But yeah, it's going all right, mate. Hope you fellas are traveling nicely as well. Sides, please tell me how you look so cute always. Some of these questions just crack me up, bro. No worries, Xavier. Josh, Zeeble or Cornelio, and is Zeeble a top 6 forward or back? Um, I think he's maybe just outside that. I feel like wouldn't be surprised if on either line he's like a 7th or 8th option, but that's still pretty good for me. Like particularly if you picked him up a couple of weeks ago, don't mind it. I feel like it's near on impossible to end up with the top 6 defenders, the top 6 forwards, the top 8 mids. You know, like you can afford to have the 11th ranked midfielder or the 9th ranked forward. Like and then you get to the end of the year and maybe you can luxury trade a bit, but Sards Shorty, is Joel Selwood a pod? Suds is in a mood tonight. He's taking a bit of piss and we love that. Here we are. Hey Shorty, Jimby to Stewart and bank around 30k or Dawson and some loose change. Yeah, it's a much of a muchness, really. I mean, let's face it, Stewart and Dawson, probably the top 2 defenders. I'd slightly preference Dawson. But if you go Dawson, we'll be asking about like in 3 weeks' time, how do I get Stewart in? And if you go Stewart this week, then we'll be talking about Dawson in 2 weeks. So it's you'll need them both within 6 weeks, ideally. But I'd slightly preference Dawson this week. DMAC, Sir William Gould, have to be a lock. Supercoach royalty. Oh, that man, he has a special place in our hearts, Will Gould. I saw him run on Friday and I was like, who's this bloke? I was like, oh, is that Will Gould? I've seen you at 123k that many times in every one of my preseason teams. Didn't have a fucking clue what you looked like though, bro. But yeah, he actually looked all right. I saw he didn't score that well, but I thought he looked okay. And Josh got a great pick of you for the B for the B reel. Oh, brilliant, mate! I love it. Travis says Green to Miller. I'm holding Green, mate. I understand the need and want to bring in the likes of Neil, Dawson, Miller, but I still see Green averaging close to 110. So I'm happy to keep him. But Roy says Butters has had 68 and 64% CBAs after not having any above 40. Oh, there you go. I did not realise he'd had increased centre bounce. Okay, that sort of changes the discussion. I wonder why that is. I wonder who's sort of been bumped out. No, thanks for that, mate. That's really interesting because I actually thought I did not realise he was. It does change the discussion. I still feel like he's not as much of a cemented option in that midfield, which concerns me a touch. Yeah, okay. So probably Rosie actually got stung a bit on the weekend. He's went from 91% down to 59. And even Ollie Wines was down from 68 to 50%. Interesting. And obviously, Willem Drew had a few more because he was tagging Bontempelli at times. Yeah, interesting stuff. Very interesting. So Shorty, I traded in Braden Maynard for Max Haywood. Thoughts? Oh man, I just sometimes Suds. What can I say? He's in some loose form tonight. CI, how long left for Ashcroft? Michael Laney, Horn Francis, Radaglia, hold Marshall. I'd hold Marshall for sure. I know it's a bit of a slow burn, but 123 on the weekend, albeit against not much, but played well. Radaglia just starting to get his cash den going off the back of a couple of 85s, 89s, whatever it was. Michael Laney, potentially one more week. Same with Ashcroft. But the thing with Michael Laney and Ashcroft, particularly Ashcroft, really reliable scorers. Horn Francis, I feel like he could go at any point in time. Saved his score on the weekend with a great last quarter, but was struggling. So, yeah, I feel like he could be offloaded any time. Chappie, here he is, the man who's in the three figures in terms of rank. You got to respect that. Chappie, yes, my thoughts exactly. I traded Day last week for the same reason, was going to go Laird this week, but his break even is still 137. He's a chance to get it, but I think Neil will go up more. Yeah. I mean, spot on. When you're coming off the 176, mate, it's going to go bang, isn't it? So, look, like I said, I totally get where you come from. If I was in your position, I'd be doing the same thing. I think you just got to go hard when you've started the year like this and you're up in there and the rankings high. You just got to go hard, run the luck, be aggressive, and hey, if the shit goes all over the place in like 10 weeks, you go, well, at least I tried. I had a crack. I had to go hard when I was right up there in the ranks. Trade or hold Ridley. I'm a trade on him. I've been saying it for weeks. I said it preseason. I don't think he's got that ceiling like he did a couple of years ago. So he's a trade for mine. Chappie also says, and if Laird goes up too much next week, I'll go Miller for Jimby. Nice. Yeah, I might have to start upgrading my midfield, I reckon, because I might fall behind. But yeah, a lot of people bring in Miller, Laird, Neil. I might need to attend to that too. DB, hey, Shorty Champion, thoughts on trading in Took and Matty Roberts for Cam McKenzie and Caminiti? Cheers. Thank you, mate. Cheers for the question. Yeah, I like it. I think that's good. It's going to be a popular trade. Matty Roberts and Miller seems a pretty popular one too. So I think that's good. Josh, hair tutorial. Mate, I'll tell you what, not much time goes. It might shock you that not much time goes into this, mate. There's no product in there anyway at the moment, just all natural. But I'll be filming a video tomorrow or Friday, fresh cut for Shorty, so look out for that. I'm almost tempted to just go in and be like, what can you do? What can you do for me, mate? Because I've been having the same sort of haircuts for years. I'm not going to come out with anything too crazy, but give me the fade, bro. Get a little fade into that. But Travis Neal is a must, likely to be 670K again in 4 weeks. Yeah, it's a fair call. Sometimes you just got to ride the highs and the lows. Look, depends the way you look at it. I'm looking at Sinclair and Sicily being like they won't get cheaper, but also understanding that guys like Neil and Dawson, like they're out of reach at the moment for me. So it all depends what you want to prioritize. So it's a balancing act. Chappie, I said in a comment you picked the only weekend I'm going away. So, I did see that, mate. Oh, gosh. That is disappointing because, mate, you'd be one of the absolute top ones. I'd love to be there, mate. But that's okay. I will do more. And I'll reckon over the long school holidays over summer, I'll try and get to Melbourne as well. Luke, is Tom Green done? Definitely not, mate. He's a hold for mine. 1 week suspension. Probably lucky to just be one, too. But no, I will be keeping him. Tremaine Dawson was amazing using the ball against Carlton. Who are your top 3 users of the ball? Yeah, he absolutely ridiculous. Like the way he was just lacing the ball from the midfield and just hitting chests left, right, and center. He would be absolutely one of them. Nick Dacos as well. I think he just uses it just beautifully. Marcus Bontempelli also comes to mind. I feel like he's just, he's a bit more inside at the moment, but he's one of the real nice ball users going around as well. Whether he's top 3, it is hard to say, but Yeah, he's an absolute architect with the footy. Look, even watching Harry Sheezel roll around, you're like, this kid is just going to be hitting targets that easy for that long. It's going to be a piss take. Um, Xavier there, Chappie. Luke, you said earlier, hold green. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, boys. Patrick, Cogs or Butters? This is a popular one. I was enlightened just before the Butters has upped his centre bounce attendance, but I'll still go Cornelio. Butters has obviously been preference for that midfield the last couple of weeks. What's to say that can't change? I think Cornelio is a mainstay in the midfield, which just gives me a bit more confidence. And I think Cornelio is cheaper as well. Is that correct? Yes. So only slightly, but every dollar counts, ladies and gentlemen. Um, DMAC, Tuke or Sinclair, both going to be in your team or need to be in your team soon. So it just comes down to how you want to spend that cash if you do go Sinclair. I mean, I've got the same decision and I'm going Sinclair just because it means I can get Sicily and Cornelio next week. So I sort of thought, well, if I can get 3 premiums in 2 weeks, I'll do that. Hopefully, I don't lose too many points by not having like a Miller and that type of thing, but we'll see. CI, how many trades do I try and have after the buy rounds? Look, probably 10 to 12, but I wouldn't put a number on it. Like I often say, it's not about how many trades left, but it's how good your team's looking. Like you could have 12 trades left, and if your team is full of premiums and your mate's got 3 premiums that he needs to get, then you've traded better. So it's all about making efficient, correct trades. And if you trade well and you trade correctly, it won't matter. It won't matter how many you got left because your team will be looking fine. So I tend to just think about it. Look, if I'm making the right trades, they're correct. They're the ones to do. Then it'll work itself out. Chappie agrees. Benny boy, Luke Edwards, a good rookie, average 67. Yeah, Luke Edwards. I saw him week 1 and he actually found a bit of the ball. And obviously I was at the game on Sunday, but wasn't paying too much attention. 193K, that is awkward, isn't it? That is awkward, but he is scoring well. On just a midfield too. Yeah, look, fuck, 7 tackles against the Cats. Wow. Yeah, right. Look, he is a good rookie, mate, but I probably wouldn't bring him in because he's 190, like he's 70 odd K more expensive than like Roberts and even I'm not a massive fan of Johnson job security wise, but think he can play. But yeah, probably just a good options, but cheaper. Global, g'day, you Adonis. What trades do you think about next week? Short stuff. Yeah, mate, this week, or unless you mean next week, but I'll tell you what I'm trading. I'm going Jimby to Sinclair, then a couple of downgrades. Mackenzie to, what's his name, Roberts, and Davey to Williams is my trades this week, mate. And yes, Mitchell does look a lock, but yeah, you're right. Probably next week for mine. Hopefully, took a few kick-ins too, the young lad. I was looking at his draft highlights during the week because I was like, what is this bloke? How does he play? And yeah, he's been playing pretty well. I think he was drafted as a forward and then has moved to half back. Same as Dylan Williams, actually. And they both look like quite nice ball users. Ben, what to do with Errol Goulden? I think he's a hold, mate. I mean, I thought he played pretty average last week and he scored 88. So he's a big, beautiful kicker of the ball. I feel like he deserves the opportunity to just stay in your team. I don't think there's major cause for concern just yet. Cameron, do you get Hopper if you don't have him already? Yeah. Oh, you don't have to. I mean, he's going to be a really solid option, but I'd actually no, I wouldn't get him in because he's 408K, right? And what's his break even? Like probably 30 odd, 50. I don't know. 46. So, I mean, you bring him in and he might make you 60K, 45K, 80K. Any one of those doesn't really justify a trade for me. So, Probably not. I think he's one of those ones where if you had him from the start, you've kept him, awesome, but not a trade in at this point. Josh says, I only have 2 boosts left. Do I cash out Jimby, McKenzie, and Baker for Tuke, Johnson, Roberts, or just trade Jimby and McKenzie, seeing as I only have 2 boosts? What was the other one there? Look, like I've said, I'm not absolutely enthralled with Johnson's job security in that, but my overall philosophy on boosts is if there's good trades to be had at this early stage of the season where it's so crucial to not miss cash cows and that, then do it. Just boost it, because we'll get 3 trades a week when the buys are here. And, there won't be too many weeks when we're limited to just 2 trades. So I'll sort of adopt the philosophy of like trade heavy and trade aggressive at the start of the year. See what you can do. Josh, hey bud, local Geelong fella here. Love your vids, mate. Oh, g'day, Josh. Thank you very much, mate. You'll have to get along for the kick on Sunday, mate. And appreciate the support. CI says Rampy / Florent for Stewart or T Mitchell for Dawson. I'd prefer the first one there. I think Mitchell can still hold his own as a midfielder that's almost premium, pretty solid. Where, I prefer to get in one of the top 2 defenders for Rampy and Florent, who I don't have as much time for. And thanks for everyone who's jumped on board tonight too. We're just about to touch 65, 70 viewers, which I think is about just about as much as we've had all year. I think the top one was about 75. So appreciate you jumping on board. We'll be doing the quiz later tonight as well. So if you rate your footy knowledge, feel free to stick around for that. Travis, do Petrarca and Walsh get forward status in 6 weeks? I don't think Walsh will. I feel like Carlton will play in mainly midfield. It's very much a crystal ball, but Petrarca, I think he will. He was a smidgen off getting it this time. So I feel like he might, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? That one will just come out in the wash. It's hard to know, really. Thrills, Shorty, I have 21 trades left. What do I do? And still 7 rookies on the team fielded. 21 trades. That is a lot of trading. Look, mate, you just got to keep at it. I don't know if there's a few trades you haven't been happy with or something, but look, you just got to keep plugging away. If you got a few ideas in mind, bring in Roberts, mate, bring in Dill Williams, try and upgrade, if you can upgrade to Sinclair or keep your eye on Cornelio or Sicily, that's about all you can do. Just keep plugging away at that team. Josh again says, I'm in an exact predicament. 2 boosts left. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. But don't like having 1 trade boost. Yeah, well, hopefully you caught my answer before, mate. I just think if it's the right trade, if it makes sense, set yourself up. There probably will be a time where you go, fuck, I wish I could use a boost. But you might be feeling that right now. So I feel like it's hard to know, saving for a rainy day. Well, it may never rain, mate. So just let's do it. If you need to make the trades, let's rock and roll. D-Mac, shorty, I know you are a vodka cruiser enthusiast. Had a dabble in the double cruiser variety yet? The double cruiser variety, mate. This is news to shorty. I have not. But I probably will be going to Premix King tomorrow night and looking at this exact thing now that you've said it. So that sounds saucy. What are we talking? What are they, like 2 standards, or like what's the double mean? Please inform me. Finn, is Brayshaw and Tom Green a hold or a trade? I reckon they're a trade and then a hold, mate. So I'd trade Brayshaw. Just making me nervous with the niggle that Longmuir suggested the other day. Just hasn't hit his straps. Where Green, I think he's playing really good footy. Feel like he could have averaged even more, to be honest. And 1 week, I think it's a hold. Nick says Tuke or Cogs. Both good options. Both need to be in your team. This one just comes down to what can you do with that other money? Because either one you go with is going to serve you well. But the real question is, what can you do with that money that you'll save by potentially going Cornelio? What can that bring you next week? Could it bring you Sicily? Could it bring you Sinclair? So they're probably the things to think about, mate. Jason Witts to English. Yeah, I would do that. I think I don't know what the go is with Wits, but he's pretty sore and he's struggling. Where English is flying, mate. So I feel like English is a massive must-have. Harry, Merritt, and Green gone. Shorty, my team is cooked for the week. Oh, bro, the double that hurts a lot. Look, they're just 1 week, isn't it? Merritt's just one, isn't he? It is frustrating, but I think just got to wear it, mate. I think we just got to wear it. They're good long term options, but this week could be painful. Try and get the old emergency loophole happening. Oh, gee, money, what's going on? Hey, Shorty, how are you? I'm good, mate. How you traveling? Just curious if your closet is open behind you because you just came out of it. Yeah, it's pretty funny, mate. Seriously, well done on the rank this year, pal. Hope you keep it up. I can forget about my dismal year this far or thus far. Nah, thank you, mate. I always can rely on you for a good bit of humour throughout the night. And thank you. I'm pleasantly surprised about a good start this year because I've been doing the channel for a while. Hasn't always been good starts to the year. And I tell you what, you cop some feedback when you start the year pretty shit house when you're doing a channel. So I'm pretty happy to be starting things off well. So thank you, mate. CI, should I worry about premium mids? For example, Tommy Mitchell, also replacements for Jason Horn Francis. Yeah, I'd be looking at Cornelio for your Horn Francis trade. Tommy Mitchell, like maybe be concerned that they're not top 8 to 10 mids, but I wouldn't be placing them right at the priority of your concerns just yet. Theo, would you go Fergus Green or Filippo to Cogs next week? Yeah, I probably would. I think it always depends on that rolling average and the break evens and that type of thing. But I do think that would probably be a good move, particularly if Canelo comes out and scores like 110 or 120. He probably makes himself like real must have for sure. D-Max Shorty with a fade will be a thing of beauty. I might have to, mate? Dr. Cod got 275K in the bank with Jimby and McKenzie to go. Should I go Miller or Oliver or a pod? I'd keep it simple, mate. Either one. I mean, I feel like Miller is better priced and better placed. Oliver surely has to come down at some stage. But I wouldn't go the pod. I think keep it simple, mate. Go Miller. Damien says, is Zeeble a decent option at 545, break even 58, or is it a trap with Hall coming back? Can afford Sinclair, but doesn't leave me with too much cash. No, I don't think he's a trap, mate, because I think Hall has been back for a couple of weeks, if I'm not wrong. I think he's been back and playing in the twos, but no, I'd go him. I see him as probably, a 6 to 10 top forward. Corey, Took, Neil, or Parrish this week? Probably not Parrish. I think Took and Neil are in different levels, and it's a toss of the coin job, mate. I'd probably go Neil just because I probably see him skyrocketing more. But yeah, both great options. Damien also says thoughts on Dylan Williams' job security at Port. Historically, they tend to burn the Supercoach community. Yeah, look, all I can tell you is the only bloke on Port's injury list is Orazio Fantasia. So it's not like anyone's going to come back and immediately go into the best 22. At the moment, he's in the team. Port are winning, so that's pretty good. So I think we can trust him enough for now, and then see how we go. We'll just have to assess that one on the run, really. Kevin says, "Hey, Shorty, I'm struggling to name my top 6 defenders, top 8 mids, apart from the obvious. What's your top 6 defenders and mids? Thank you." Well, yeah, just off the top of my head, let's start with the mids and see how we go. We got Neil, Miller, Oliver, Laird, Bonson, Pally. There's 5 before we even take a breath. Did I say Miller? I can't remember. Who else have we got in there? I'm going to have to go to the rankings. Filter that to mids. So we got Oliver, Neil, Bontempelli, Miller. Who haven't I said who I think's in there? probably from that to round out the last 3 or 4. I still think Sam Walsh could be right up there. I think he'll get going. I still think Zach Merritt's a pretty him and Parrish are always good options for 110. And then obviously Luke Davies-Uniacke, I think, while he's been quiet the last couple, has to be in that mix for 110. So they'd be a few guys. It's hard to predict once you get beyond those real top 4 or 5, because I think Oliver Miller, Neil, and Laird are just, really separated themselves. In terms of the defenders, I mean, obviously, I'm pretty big on Dawson, Stewart, and Sicily as a pretty clear top 3, even though Sicily's been a lot quieter. You mount the case that Sheasel could be a guy as well. I still see Sinclair as a top 6, so there's 4. Um, and then we're probably talking, I think Sard and Luke Ryan have to be considered with the way they've started the year. And then that's 6, isn't it? So I don't think there's anyone I've absolutely missed. It's miles off. Yeah, it's so hard. It's aside from those ones that you can really, really trust, like those guys that just come off the tongue so easily. Man, it's hard to say. It's a rolling guess game. Rocky, I have Merritt and Tom Green. What way should I deal with this problem? With patience, my friend. With patience. It's going to be a tough week for you, but I'd hold them both because I think even Tom Green's probably in the conversation for top 10 mids. Yeah, could be a tough week as long as you don't cop a 0, mate. I'd just suck it up and have a shit week this week, but I think you'll benefit in the long term. Luke says Jimby hold with West Coast outs. I don't know their outs, but no, I don't think so. I feel like his break even's going to be tough to reach without knowing it. I know he's coming off a 40 and a 51, so you'd imagine that break even's getting close to 70 odd. 81. So there you go. He's a trade out, mate. Money has been made. Time to cash him in. CI says, can I DM on Insta for help? I don't really use that Insta account much. Probably your best bet is to comment on one of my videos, mate, and I'll always do my best to get back to them there. But hopefully helped you out with a few of the questions tonight. Carl, sure, Daddy, can we do a whip around amongst his victims and put the hit out on one Daily Bail? Yeah. 2 first names was the tell. He ignored it and paid the ultimate price. Yeah, mate. Oh, honestly, Bailey Dale, if you had asked me last week, bargain. And he just, fucking butchered it, mate. So, can we give him an out and say it was wet and he's an outside player? I don't know. But it worries me. Like, you got Ed Richards back there. You got Johannesson, who had like 28 touches off half back. Yeah, there's a few too many mouths to feed out of that half back line at the Dogs. Jonas, here we go. SuperCoach Edge has 726 subscribers after the collab with Shorty just released. We will see that what sort of pull power Shorty really has. Yeah. Yeah, mate, I'll be barracking for that sub count to go up, won't I? Nah, I think they'll naturally go up plenty, mate. They're good operators, so absolute pleasure to get the collab going with them, which was fueled by your good self, Jonas. We gave you this shout out. Couldn't remember your last name on the old YouTube there, but remember Jonas. Corey says, do I hold Sard if he's only out for a week? Yeah, absolutely. As chose him over Stewart. Yeah, for sure, mate. When they're 1 week, you just hold. I know we've got a shitload of trades, which pisses me off, but yeah, you just hold when they're 1 week for sure. Like if they're keepers, 1 week, it just doesn't make sense. But then we've got Luke. Hey, mate. Shorty, how are you? I'll be at the goal kicking challenge. Oh, awesome, mate. That's great. Looking forward to seeing you, mates. It's should be a good day. I checked the weather and actually not much rain. So actually next to none. So that's a win. But no, looking forward to it, mate. What do we got here? Text me out. Shit. Carl's back. Do you reckon it's worth a boost to do this? If Miller was the in 100%, but Sinclair, Baker, Sarong, and McKenzie, Johnson, yeah, Robertson, Sinclair. Yeah, I would do that, mate. That's my exact trades, basically, aside from slight rookie difference. Yeah, I think it's good. Carl also says, when will Shorty be receiving the keys to the city of Adelaide? Did they put on a parade worthy of the short dog? Nice place, Adelaide. Not too bad at all. Absolutely poured on Saturday, though. But that's all right. I was in the pub the whole time anyway. So Austin says, hey, Shorty, love your work, you legend. Can you give us the time the quiz will be on? No worries, mate. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate the love and support. Normally, I'll probably put the code out in about 15 minutes and probably kick the quiz off at about 8:45. So tune in if you're not tuning in already. Next 10 to 15, I'll chuck the code out there. But yeah, appreciate the support, mate. James will say a must. Oh, Will Day. Yeah, right, Will Day. What's he priced at? Oh, I don't think he's a must. He's a very, very good option. And if it works, then fantastic. Like, fuck, he does have a break even at 16. Maybe he is. 454. Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. Like you don't have to throw the kitchen sink out for it, but it might be as good an option as you can find. I don't think it's going to fit for me, but very good option. Vivid Freddy, what a name. Who would you rather trade, Jimby or McKenzie? Probably McKenzie. No, actually, change it, Jimby, because I think even though McKenzie was sub, I feel like he will get midfield opportunities. He was managed, he wasn't dropped. I feel like Jimby has made all the money he's probably going to make. McKenzie will obviously struggle the next 2 weeks, but honestly, they're probably both trade outs this week. But yeah, it's a tough one. Josh, you're a legend, King. Cheers, a lot of weight off my shoulders. No worries, mate. Anytime. It's great to see you jumping in, my friend. Josh, how much is banking too much? No figure at all, mate. It's nothing wrong with banking plenty of coin because you'll use it next week and it'll be happy days. So I've got 223K in the bank right now. So I'll spend all of that by the end of next week, though. Jonas, best YouTube video of all time. Search SuperCoach Edge 2023 Ultimate Collab. Shorty Super. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, get along with the boys at SuperCoach Edge, and I'll have a video up with them hopefully tonight. I'll try and get that up. The Shelly Bean. Hey, Shorty, my trades are Stocker. Jim. Oh, Stocker. Well played. He was a fantastic get, and I wish I went him over Jones. I nearly did, but Jimmy and Grundy to English, Miller and Roberts. Is it worth me using my 4th boost for Grundy up to English, or should I just take the risk with Gawn for this week? So is Gawn definitely back, is he? I like that trade. I do. I think English is a must-have, and yeah. I mean, if Grundy is rucking solo this week, I haven't seen if Gawn is absolutely back, then you probably would still do it because English is just going up at a rapid rate. So, yeah, good trade, mate. Nicely done. Luke moved Jimby into the midfield with their injuries to cover Green. I think Jimby's a trade out, mate. I mean, break even of 81. Yeah, he'll get more opportunity, but I think he's done his job. He's nearly 300K. I think we just cover him with other guys and hopefully he can get 2 bites at the cherry with a loophole. Like I know I'll have Constable maybe as a loophole if he's not named. So hopefully we can do our best to cover him. CI says best under 200K rookies. I think it's the same flavour as been talking about, mate. Like Roberts, Dill Williams, and Johnson. They're you guys, I think. Definitely the trade-ins. Jonas, Grundy is a keep this week and trade next week. Fair enough, I think whichever way you want to cut it this week or next, he's been great for Grundy owners. DMAX says 2.1 standards for the. Oh, this is 2.1 standards for the double cruises. I might have to indulge. You know what? I might too. I think I'm drinking the next 3 nights. How reckless is that? Gee, nothing too crazy. Just a quiet couple of drinks tomorrow and a few cocktails on Friday night. And then Saturday. Oh, no, I'm not drinking Saturday night. I'm at the footy. Yeah, of course. Finn, is Brayshaw, McKenzie, Jimby to Miller, Roberts, and Williams a good trade while saving some cash up around next week? Absolutely. I think that's a good trade. Brayshaw hasn't quite been what we've been hoping. So I think that's a good trade. Corey, I'm coming close to you, Shorty. I'm ranked 6.1. Overall, nice. And there's not much points between. I was looking at guys like 15 points in front of me. It's about 500 ranking points. It's crazy. Doing nicely, mate. Daniel T. Evening, Shorty. Sinclair in this week as I can't afford to call there. Don't mind it, mate. Don't mind. I hope to see you in the quiz, mate. I think we answered that one from Finn. James, thoughts? I can trade Green for a straight swap with Took. Took has 3 easy games coming up. I need to use a boost to do this. I probably wouldn't. I'm a hold on Green. I understand the want to get in Miller, but I do feel like Green can still be top 10 mid. So short-term pain, hopefully a bit of long-term gain. Hey, Supercoach Pro, what's going on, mate? How are you? Parrish comes in for me this week when we doing another kick. Mate, I'm having a kick on Sunday, bro. So if you want to come down, mate, be great to see you kicking those saucy little snaps around, those little bloody worm burners on the grass. Yeah, come down like 12 o'clock, same place, mate. Galaxy, I think I asked earlier, but I didn't stick around for the answer. Do you follow the IPL? Oh, you did answer. I don't actually. I love me cricket, but I don't follow the IPL. Carl, form's temporary, class is permanent. Shorty was always going to come out on top over the long haul. Oh, Carl, mate, you're a funny man. We love it. We really do. CI says, if I can bake it to a 150, under 150 of your choice, and Horn Francis to Cogs. Yeah, I like that. And the of my choice would be Matt Roberts for mine. Theo says, would you get Matt Johnson or Dill Williams this week? My preference would be Williams. I really like his left boot. I think his job security is slightly better, just from what I can gather. CI, both priorities. Probably Cornelio slightly more of a priority just because I can't see him getting much cheaper. But both really, really good options. Jonas, hey, Shorty, how do you come from... Oh, this could be risky. How do you come from behind when you are stuck and can't rise up the ranks? I wasn't sure where that was going for a sec. Mate, you just got to trade well, my friend. You got to be patient. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. Trust me, I've got lots of experience from being down in the ranks. So you just got to keep plugging away. Carl, Shorty will elevate Supercoach Edge to Mr. Beast areas. Could break the internet. Oh, mate, let's see how we go. There was plenty of banter, so definitely go check it out. Galaxy, Tom Green, a hold or a sell? He's a hold for me. I have a lot of faith in the young man, and I'm hoping he becomes a bit of a pod. People will probably trade him out. James, what's going on, mate? Thoughts? I can trade Tommy Green for a straight swap to... Oh, we answered this one. And I believe I said hold. Yeah, Jonas having a chat with CI. Oh, the boys, Supercoach Edge, Shorty. Oh, shit. Plenty more meat on the bone to go around. That's it, mate. Absolute catchphrase, baby. But no, what's going on, man? It was went all right, didn't it? I had a lot of fun. Thanks for sending that link through to me as well, mate. I've got it in the old upload right now, so I'll try and get that one up by probably around 9:30. Thought I'd get it up tonight. So, yeah, definitely have to collab again, mate. Jonas must be a happy man. Austin, how has Shorty been going with the women lately? Any stories for us? Unfortunately, no, I don't have many stories. I have a couple of pending replies for a date. Shorty's thrown the line out there for a couple of young ladies to just go for a walk down the beach and grab ourselves a milkshake / coffee. So see how we go. But I must admit, I don't know, people, there's not much going on at the moment for Shorty. Just a few chats here and there, but if you know anyone, set old Shorty up. Set him up. Nah, not too late for Zeeble CI. Not too late. I think I answered that one earlier. Benny Zeeble this week, or wait and bring in Day next week? I'd probably bring in Zeeble this week, I reckon. Yeah, but both have merit in those. Nick, is Baker a must trade, or can you hold for a week? He's not a must trade. Like, he'll probably barely move. Like, he'll either lose 5K or make 5K. So if it makes sense to trade him, then I would. But yeah, it's not like disastrous if he stays in your team for one more week. G Money, you got a sneaky tip for Anzac Day medal, mate. Real worried about my Pies will lose due to injuries and suspensions, but fingers crossed. Also, you get up for dawn service in Geelong. Oh, mate, I do not. I should one day. Been to a few services over the journey, but I hear the one down at Torquay is a very good dawn service, but no, I won't be this time around. In terms of the medal prediction, I mean, shit, the obvious one's Nick Dacos, but I think I feel like Parrish is the sort of bloke who could really lift without merit, and he's got a really good record at playing some great footy in these big games. You could even mount the case for someone like Sam Draper to really go nuts. He's in good form. So there may be a couple options, but I do think it'll be a ripper game. I can't wait to watch it. Jason says, nice work. Thanks. No worries, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Rudry, Shorty, how close is the goal kicking comp from the train station, from a train station? What's the closest one? Closest one would be Warm Ponds train station, which is, look, I'll tell you right now, Warm Ponds train station to Deakin Uni is, oh, it's closed, for God's sake. What do you mean you can't tell me the exact thing? Look, I don't know the exact. It's about a 5-minute drive. So, yeah, it's not too far, but I don't know if you'd have to walk that because I wouldn't endorse walking it. But I hope you can get there, mate. The Hubberman Hub. Thinking of going green to lead to get a hold before he runs off and stacks points this week over the green to lead. Yeah, look, I understand the merit, but I am preaching hold for Tommy Green. I get the concern of Neil and Laird and Miller going nuts, but yeah, that's just the way I see it. But Vivid, I have Wits. Who should I bring in as R2? Already have English. If I was you, mate, I'd be waiting for Gorn to come back and then drop in price. I know it's maybe a few weeks away. I don't know if there's anyone you can sort of get onto as a stepping stone. If you want to go real left field, this would hurt you with points, but you could go Radagalia and then he would go up quite a lot in a week or two. And then Gorm will go down quite a lot from that 0. Financially, it makes a lot of sense, but you would probably lose, potentially if Sav throws in a 40, that would really hurt. But that might be some left field thinking. Brendan, thoughts on keeping DeGoey and Green this week? I think DeGoey may not play because he's still sick, Daddy. Jeez, he's still sick, mate. Man, he must have had a big night, the lad. Yeah, I personally think that is fair. I think if they're 1 weekers, I know DeGoey missed last week, but I'm holding Green, and I feel like that is fair. Yeah, Matt Roberts, CI, I think it's a good option. Steve says, Shorty, only just noticed you were online. Do you rate the rookies, Roberts and Johnson this week, and how good is that job security? I want to hold boost and wait for Cogs next week's thoughts on that. Yeah, Cogs is coming into my team next week as well, mate. I definitely prefer Roberts. Only just. I mean, they've both been affected by sub. The fact is, I don't really know. I mean, I'm preferring Roberts over Johnson, but anything could happen. They could be dropped in 2 weeks, both of them, or they could just be the best cash cows we get for the year. It's hard to say. My gut feel says Roberts slightly better JS, but Carl, the slam tackle suspension, Shorty, give us your unvarnished take. I think it's just where we're at now. I think we have to protect the head. Obviously I love the physicality and the aggression in the game, mate, but you do have to take care of the opponent's head. And I'm not saying we're starting to play touch footy, but I don't think he can come in like Adams did and hurl him to the ground. You can't do what Green did with the two actions. You can't do what Gary Rowan did, slinging him around, banging him to the ground. You just got to change your technique. So the last thing we want is a spate of concussions, and I do think players will adjust. I definitely think they will. Zach, hey, Shorty, thoughts on Butters' selection? They are giving him the most CBAs, and he's going, wow. Well, yeah, that was news to me until someone mentioned it before with the CBAs. I would still prefer Cornelio because I know he's in the midfield centre bounce at the moment, but that can change. He is the sort of guy that they do like to play in the forward half as well. That would make me slightly nervous, but I love him as a player. Man, he was the cleanest player out on that ground. It was so good. It was wet, but he was playing with a dry ball. So still have reservations over Butters' consistency over a whole year, but he's in some great form. Jonas, hey, Shorty, with Merritt out, do you think Set a Beast is a good thing for the Anzac Day medal? I don't know if he's as noticeable for the medal. He's more of your in and under tackling hard ball get guy. I don't know if he's as flashy enough and impactful enough for the medal, but he should have another good game. CI, is it worth waiting on Horn Francis one more week and then get Cogs next week? Yeah, I think so. I think either or. There's probably not going to be a major change in either of their prices unless we get a real outlier either way. So I think that's fair. Jake, keep plugging away, mate. You'll eventually come from behind. That is fucking funny. Thank you, Jake. I'll keep that in mind, my friend. Steve, also, do you think Cogs will go nuts this week with Green out and he will get locked down? Yeah, it could go either way, really, mate. They're playing Brisbane, aren't they? Brisbane don't really tag, so I don't think he'll get locked down. But it is a worry of mine that, yeah, he pumps out like 140, 150. But, I mean, the same thing could happen for Sinclair. That's the thing. It's all in the timing. You just got to sometimes roll the dice. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping for just a 110, something like that, and pick him up next week for basically the same price. Galaxy should get rid of 3 rookies for Butters and Cogs, or instead get rid of Ridley and 2 rookies for Tuke and Stewart. Yeah, I like the second one, mate. Tuke and Stewart definitely sold me on that. 8:38. Fuck, let's get that quiz login going, shall we? But yeah, I'm far out. There's been a few questions tonight, guys, which I love, but I might not get to absolutely everyone. First in, best dressed, I guess, but gee, I do like to get to everybody. Edited a day ago. Yeah, 12 questions, cool. All right, let's host that. So you guys know the drill. It's like the old blooket.com/play or whatever it is. So yeah, you guys can jump on there. I'll give you a code. What do we got? 2510 707. Yeah, we got 12 questions. Get stuck into it. Supercoach Pro, sweet as, I'll be there to have a kick. Fucking nice. Tinder dates are so average in Geelong that I've gone back to them. Melbourne goes, oh, mate, what happened, bro? Last time I was talking to you, you had the misses. Oh, goodness. That's all right, mate. Yeah, look, not opposed to a travel to Melbourne, mate. We might just go on a little double date sometime. Nah, good to see you. That'll be sick, mate. If yeah, feel free. It'd be great to catch you on Sunday, man. Jonas, Supercoach Edge, loose units in the house. He loves them, mate. James, can I bring one big boy in? Miller, Neil, Laird, or Oliver? Remember break evens and future fixtures. Yeah, I don't often look into future fixtures too much, but I would go Lockie Neal out of those guys. Kevin, hey, Shorty, I'm bringing in Tuke this week, Day next week, and Sinclair next. Sinclair, maybe Stewart if I can afford him by then. What do you think? Look, I would prefer you to go Sinclair next week as opposed to Day. I know Day will go well more up in price, but I don't know. Is Will Day going to keep this up? He's still a young man. I've got more confidence in Sinclair. I feel like he's hit that lowest point in his pricing, but I do like that, mate. I think overall, I like the way you're thinking through that one. David, pro tip number 1: don't refer to yourself in third person when going on your first date. I'll keep that in mind, mate. Shorty does have a tendency to do that. Supercoach Edge, hope you enjoyed our collab with the great man after you organised our virtual blind day. We'd happily pay for the bill. Can't wait for the next collab. Same, mate. Jonas absolutely set that one up. But no, we'll definitely team up again. I really enjoyed it. Zach, surely I reckon you look like Trent Dumont. I've had that before, and people say Tom Lynch as well, so I don't know what it is. Shorty, this is from Galaxy. I would love to get to the goal kicking comp, but I've never kicked a footy before, mate. That is a lie, Galaxy. As if that is true, mate. Come on. Langers, short daddy, is it true that your nickname is the Fresh? Oh, Langers, that, my friend, you've outed me there. That is no nickname. It is an alter ego, which has not ventured out onto town for some time. Joe, takeaway Greens round 1 score 136 and he's averaging 100. I think it might be a good time to jump off. Yeah, look, I mean, you can always cut things different ways. I mean, you take away Laird's 50 and he's averaging amazing stuff, but he scored 50. He scored it. It's all relative, but I get what you mean. I've watched a few of his games and I thought he's played well. I know he hasn't always replicated big scores, but I still think he's playing good footy. Yo, milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard. What a name. That girl oh boy, this needs to be that girl you picked up near Bendigo from Tinder on that road trip. Was her name Shauna? Jeez, we're getting into specifics here, but no, no, it wasn't. That's a really pointed question from Milkshakes there. That makes me nervous. But the goat. Oh, thanks, mate. What's going on? Do I hold Merritt and Tom Green, my super coach, in shambles? Look, I'm saying yes. I know it's tough, but I think it's short-term pain. These 1 weekers, I just think it sucks that we've got 2 of them doubled up there, but I do think we hold them both. Code there, ladies and gentlemen, for the quiz. I think this is where you can go. I'll just Google book it and you'll be able to log in, but that is the code just above there. Get involved in the quiz. How many we got? We got like 22. Definitely can get that over 30, guys. Get stuck in it. There's 54 years on the channel. Surely you want to get involved in the quiz. Zach says George and Short collab. I reckon we've collabed once before. I think it was only posted on his channel, and we did mean to do another one, but or it might have been posted on my channel. Yeah, it was just on mine. Yeah, definitely would like to do that. Yeah, see, I look between 300 and 500. Probably you've got Zeeble already. Probably Sinclair, I would say. Oh, but he's over 500, isn't he? Maybe Will Day, if you're looking in that bracket. But it is an awkward bracket, I'll tell you that much. All forwards, yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I would definitely go Cornelio. Jonas, hey Flipper, Shorty. What's that N64 box in the closet you are stealing? Oh, is that still there? Yeah, legit. I'll show you. So back in the day, right? This is like years ago. I used to buy and sell N64 games. You'd go on Gumtree, you'd be able to find bargains. And yeah, I bought this ages ago. It's just an empty one, and also bought this. Oh shit! What a time. Anyway, that kind of got weird. Anyway, yeah, I used to buy and sell N64 games. Pretty crazy shit. But Austin, What was Shorty like in school? Here we go. Was he your 99 star type guy or your rebellious student pulling all the birds? No, I wasn't pulling many birds, mate. I'll tell you that much. I was pretty shy at school, to be honest. Wasn't super smart. I loved my sport, was always playing in the teams and stuff like that. But yeah, probably Shorty came out of his shell a little bit in like year 11 and 12, but was very much a just keep to yourself kind of operator in those early years. Was lacked a little bit of the confidence, did the young man. But found me feet a little bit in year 12 and just, yeah, mate, pulling the birds. Lunchtimes were for playing footy. I'll tell you. I didn't know how to talk to a girl at that point. Some might say I still don't, but nah, mate. Lunchtimes I was either playing soccer, playing footy, playing a bit down ball, mate. Good stuff. The Shelley Bean, I'm not sure on Will Day. Is it even worth if he isn't top six? Well, yeah, that's the same question I'm having. And look, it's not to doubt him. It's not to doubt him, but it's just to say, well, it's a hot start. It's a good couple of weeks. He's still young. He's in a bad team. Like, can he keep it up? Yeah, it's an interesting one. Dean Jones, you look like brain strawn, as in Strawny. Shit. Ouchies. Jamie, do I trade Jimmy McKenzie and Chandler to Miller, Roberts, and Mitchell, or Jimmy McKenzie to Baker, Lloyd to Roberts? Definitely the first one, mate. To get Miller in, I think's a big plus for sure. Galaxy, okay, I have kicked the footy before, but I still haven't got the technique down pat. And last time I ended up with a bruised shin. That's right, mate. Come along, mate. We'll have some tips. We'll coach you through it, mate. I was kicking the footy today down in Anglesea. Actually, it was good fun. Oh, there you go, Brian Strawn. Yeah, I thought so. Jeez, mate. And he says, "Go Pies." Oh God. Steve, surely I reckon you look like the grown-up version of the red-headed kid off Round the Twist. Mate, that is a throwback. I remember watching that show, man. That was such a weird show. Josh, I would come to the goal kicking comp, but it would be not fair for everyone else because I would dominate like she's. Mate, you can't say that and then not show up, bro. Come on, man. Langers, Freo rookie debuting. Oh, no. You are a fucking idiot. I was full thinking you were serious, Langers, because you're a funny man. There's a quiz if you want to get involved. CI, what's the longest you can wait on Stewart? It's just an ASAP operation, really. It's just ASAP. Like, just all depends on how your team's going, your break evens, how much money you got, but just make him a priority. Pyro, Jimby and McKenzie out, brought Dunkley and Roberts in. Thoughts? I love it, mate, but I can't believe you didn't have Dunkley already. That is some wild scenes. Good trades there. Bo, thank you, mate. No worries. Widescreen TV had the choice of Sard or Dawson when Dawson was 590 and went Sard. Yeah. Oh, it's a hammy, is it? Fuck. Yeah, okay. They're the ones that hurt. Not necessarily the hammy, those decisions. That does hurt. Nice flowers on your shorts. Yeah, mate. It's very pretty sort of stuff. Thank you, Josh. Josh Dacos, CI. Probably it's a trade for mine. I haven't seen him as a keeper at all. So yeah, I'd probably trade. Zach Jezza for Brownlow, shorty, mate. I hope so. I did put a sneaky few bucks on him. I think he's not half a chance. He's polled like 21 last year. CI captains and VC this week. I really like English or Bonds and Pally. There's not too many at the start of the round, but I'm very confident on Clayton Oliver as my skipper. That's the way I'll be going. And hasn't this man been quiet? Amusement Productions. Anyone else just giving up on Supercoach? Nope, just me. Come on, Amusement. You can't give up, mate. You can't give up. Galaxy, who didn't love a bit of downball? What a time. Yeah, mate. I used to live for that stuff. Used to love it. Dean, actually, you look like Joffa. Oh, no comparisons to Joffa. Oh, goodness me. Oh, yikes. Amusement, Ben 10 versus Garfield. Garfield for me, mate. All due respect to Ben 10, but Garfield more my vibe. Theo, who's better, Sicily or Sinclair? I'm leaning Sinclair. Definitely both, mate. I think Sinclair this week, Sicily next. Makes sense for me, I reckon. My top 6 forwards, Shelley. Let me just how many got? Got 29 in the quiz. I'd love to get over 30. And then we'll start it somewhat soon. Celtics forwards. I think the fours, like, there's definitely four pretty clear. Um, I mean, honestly, Sheasel, the way he's going, it's hard to see him dropping off. Dunkley, Taranto. I still think Rosie is. I think Canelio still is. That might be controversial, but I think they're guns. And then that's where it sort of gets hard. So Sheasel, you'd have to say. And then I wouldn't be surprised if we get like a Christian Petrarca or something. Yeah, maybe. Jeez, that is honestly hard. Honestly hard because Cameron and Liam Baker, I haven't been all about. That it's honestly tough. I couldn't tell you with too much assurity, to be honest. Vivid says Stuart Miller, Radigalia for Jimby, McKenzie, Witts. Yeah, I like that, mate. I think it's a good call. I think I was talking about maybe that with you or someone else before. Bringing Cogs or Stewart first. I'd try and go Stewart this week because he's getting away from you. And then Cogs next week. I think the break evens will make nice sense there. Nick says, what to do if you have Sard and Green? Do I focus on getting other premiums? I'd hold Green. I don't know the significant or how significant Sard's injury is. Someone just said it was a hammy before, which is concerning. So maybe if they're 1 weekers, I reckon we just cop the short-term pain and just do our best. Amusement says, favorite type of door handle. Oh, man. Like, I don't know how you think of it, bro. Jonas Shorty, what about Zach Butters? No, he's playing good footy, Jonas. He's a bit more centre bounce activity. You got to respect that. CI looks like after all these questions, I'll be making a fair few trades. Who trade out first? Josh Dacos or Tom Mitchell? Definitely Dacos, mate. Josh Dacos, that is definitely. Zach, Shorty, thoughts on Gary Jimblowski? I don't know. Oh, that can't be real. Pyro, what's your favorite N64 game? Mate, I love classic Mario Kart. Just love that stuff. Yeah, probably I was shit at Super Smash Bros. Absolutely shit at that. But yeah, Mario Kart, there'd been some serious rage on that, but I do love it. Amusement says thoughts on the political and economical state of Zimbabwe. Come on, man. I've been on the stream for an hour 22, and you're throwing that at me, bro? Oscar. No, it's not Oscar. I just made that up. Dean, who's that bloke in the closet that keeps XDH? Shorty, I am ranked 35K for the year. Should I stay optimistic? You got to keep plugging away, mate. You have to. Times might be tough, but you got to stay in there. You got to hang in there. Benny, Dawson or Took? Oh, man, it's a much of a muchness. I'd slightly preference Dawson just because he's going nuts. But Took is also in great form. It's just about what works best for your team and your plans over the next few weeks. Widescreen TV, AFL website said Sard probably 2 weeks. Yeah, that's when it probably gets awkward, mate. I'd almost lean towards a trade just because we don't have as good a coverage down back with our rookies. Josh, fold or scrunch? A good old folder from way back, mate. What a question. XDH. I went Jimby and McKenzie and Roberts to Cogs. Do you like? I do like that, mate. Canelio or Sinclair this week for mine. I think they're good goals. Corey, low grade hamstring for Sard, 1 or 2, but hearing close to 1. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to just know these things and just be on the inner sanctum? Oh, man. Hopefully 1 for all you owners out there. Amusement, do you ever feel threatened by the middle-aged man outside your window? CI, good under 2 Rockies that aren't Matt Roberts. For money not put. Yeah, look, it's the same sort of deal. It's Johnson, it's Dill Williams. They're sort of the ones. Hopefully that helps. Jack Lynch, just bobbed away. Which Carlton defenders score will rise with Sard out, Doherty out? Probably Nick Newman, to be honest. I know he's been playing a bit defensively, but I'd imagine he would be probably the one. I'll just do a few more questions. We've basically got to them all, and we've got 32 in the quiz. So if you would like to be a late entrance, we'll start soon, probably around 9 o'clock, and I'll just try and get through a couple of you. Austin, the talk of the town is that Shorty has been privately talking up his goal kicking and thinks he'll take out the goal kicking competition. Can you confirm or deny? I can confirm that, Austin. Yes, I do believe. I was kicking them well today. So if you think you can knock Shorty off at the goal kicking, mate, calm down, my friend. Come on down. Rawdy says, Shorty, what are the top 2 rucks in your opinion? Definitely English. And then it gets bloody tough. Honestly, Sean Darcy, the way he's going at the moment. But it is really hard. I'm a big believer in Rowan Marshall, and I still hold out hope that he can be the number 2 ruck, but I couldn't tell you with any great assurity. I really couldn't. It's a tough one. It's a rolling game. Carl, Shorty, Sicily, pounce next week or hold off and wait and see? Pounce, my friend. Pounce. I'm bringing him in for sure. Xavier says, quiz again. Yeah, mate, absolutely. Hopefully you've jumped on board there. Get involved. Zach, Shorty, thoughts on Jed McEntee as a pick? Wow, can't say I've given Jed much thought. $36 in the quiz. Fuck yeah, get involved, guys. Get involved. Nah, not for me. For Jed, he's too expensive for mine. And maybe if he was scoring better, but nah, not for me. Galaxy, holy crap, Shorty's actually catching up with the questions. I'll find a way, mate. I'll find a way. We normally catch up. Where are we? Shit, I'll catch up and then boom, they go bang, bang, bang. DV, let's get the quiz going, Shorty, mate. Yes, probably about 9 o'clock, mate. I'll try to get all the questions. Carl, next week's rookies, Mitchell looks all right. How do you rate the others? I probably haven't considered too many others. I would love you to throw a few names at me, but I definitely think Mitchell looked really good. He didn't take a few kick-ins, so that's promising. Nick went Yo to Johnson and moved Sheasel back, McKenzie and Matt Roberts, and then Setterfield to 2. Yeah, mate, that's good. I like that. That's a good trade. Brendan, priority Stewart or Miller? Oh, these questions are so hard because, I mean, they're both priorities. It just, which week is it going to be, you know? It's a real guessing game. I mean, I'd just base it purely on break even and or your depth. Like, do you need to fill out your defense because you got a rookie that's just a piece of shit? You know, like that's basically what I would base it on. CI says, is Cowan going to make money, Dill Williams or Mitchell? I'd try and get both Williams and Mitchell over the next 2 weeks. And Cowan, crystal ball, my friend. I don't know. He may make money at this rate. He doesn't look like making stacks more, but we'll just have to wait and see. Steve says, are you thinking of Darcy Cameron or Gawn for that forward ruck position? Also will be another position change with SuperCoach. Yeah, I am probably thinking Gawn in particular. And I think there is a change after round 12 as well. So does anyone have Gawn's forward percentages? Like, is he definitely going to get ruck forward? Like, I know there's a lot of time, but like, is he definitely in line for that? Jonas, Tom Brown said 4 days ago, this just in. Oh, it's fucking gone on me. Tommy. Oh. Yeah, I saw that comment. That was pretty funny. Matt Rugg. What you go through Skipton to get that Adelaide? Well, yes, I did. Yes, we did go that way. And I nearly hit about 4 kangaroos. It was very stressful. Amusement thoughts on Geelong targeting garbage. Mate, I don't know. I don't even know what's serious anymore. My time for the quiz, says Corey. That's what we like. Couple of minutes and then we'll be on. Galaxy says, worried about Sicily losing kick-ins. I was for a mini second. Then I checked last year when he did average well. He never took more than 5 kick-ins for a game. So it often hovered between 2 to 4. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that, actually. Double dummy. Sicily has a huge break-even. Surely you can save 30K and wait a week. Oh, absolutely, mate. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm bringing him in next week for sure. Zach, shorty thoughts on Tom Jonas as a pick? Tom Jonas? Surely not. Surely not. Too expensive, my friend. Too awkwardly priced. Benny, right now, Stewart or Dawson? I'd go Dawson right now. He's the flavour. I wish I could. Jake, thoughts on Lloyd? Can't get to Sinclair. Look, I must admit, I've talked him down with not having the ceiling and that, but he did play very well on the weekend. Look, I don't hate it. I'm not jumping at it, but he played a beautiful role, and I had front row seats to it. Dean, thoughts on going early on I don't even know who that, that is, bro. Um, he must be taking the piss out of me. Um, I see Michelangelo from GWS downgrade option. Rowdry, Shorty, do you reckon Blake Hardwick is a decent pod choice? The leading kickouts for Hawthorn averaging 80. He's always been a good kick out guy. He's one for draft, not so much for your classic, I don't think. He just doesn't have that top end. Pyro, thoughts on Degoe traveling to Bali mid-season? Is he actually, mate? Oh, boy. He knows how to party, that man. I wouldn't endorse it for his footy career, but hey, when he got time off, I guess he's entitled to do what he wants. Zach, yeah, we're getting out. We're getting getting the gags in now. It might be quiz time, I think. Yeah, let's do the quiz, hey. And McKenna or Michael Laney, probably the next 1 to 2 weeks for a trade out, hey. Final time for the quiz. There's the code, and we'll be starting in about 30 seconds. We've got 41 in there. That's what we love to see. We got a big fella in there. It's pretty impressive. Oh, 42. Look out. Let's do it. 43. Nice. Got a couple in there. I reckon we start this bad boy. It's been a ripper live sesh, guys. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it. So we got 12 questions tonight. That's up from the 10. And yeah, good little mix. I enjoyed putting this quiz together. So I reckon we start this. Josh reckons he's going to win. Have a look at him. Amusement just cracks me up. Let's do it. We got 44 in there. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Quiz is underway. Alrighty, question 1. Lance Franklin won the 2008 Common Medal, but who finished second on 99 goals? John O'Brien, Nick Rewalt, Fraser Garrick, or Brendan Favola? I'll put this back up to 25 seconds too, just because I thought, I don't know, I was feeling generous. So there we go. I remember watching this one. I think they were both, when Buddy kicked his 100th, I think this man was buying or vying for the 100 as well. It was Brendan Favola. Most you in there. Nicely done. 22, he's getting that right. Well played. Daniel T, this man loves a quiz. Short, your daddy, Causer, Joshy Morgan's up there. The buy, he called it. He's going well. Question 2. Adelaide dominated the Carlton, the Blues on Thursday night, kicking how many goals in the first term? I should have reread this. Kicking how many goals in the opening term? Fucking idiot. You get what I mean. 7, 8, 9, or 10. Absolutely dominated. Rory Laird dominating. Jordan Dawson dominating. And I tipped Carlton. Fuck. There you go. A lot of yous on the ball with 8. I thought this might have slipped a couple up with the 9 or something. But Daniel teasing nice and quick. So's Causer, Lockie Plows, man. Shorty's Tinder, Lukey Mack. Daniel T will be on top. Causer in it too. Shorty's Tinder, D-Mac and the buy doing nicely. Question 3. I think this follows on from that question. In that quarter, as in the first quarter, how many disposals did Rory Laird have? I reckon this is an easy one for Rory Laird owners. Maybe if you miss the game, you might be wondering, but 17, 18, 16, or 19. He tore it up, and I was tearing my hair out because I didn't have Dawson, and makes you sick, that sort of stuff. He had 16 disposals, and this, you guys were split down the middle almost, with a few of his going 18. So I wonder how Daniel T and Causer went on this one. How'd they go? They're not up there. Breeze, Jack LCI, Short Your Daddy, Big Nuts. Good stuff, good stuff. Daniel T still on top. Shorty's Tinder, D-Mac, the buy. Short Your Daddy right up there as well. Question 4. Which Giants player touched the ball on the goal line to ensure the Giants held on for victory against Hawthorn on the weekend? Probably one of the easier questions in the quiz, I reckon. I'm expecting nearly 100% here. Isaac Cumming, Nick Haynes, Sam Taylor, Harry Himmelberg. Come on, we've all seen this all week, haven't we? It was, of course, Harry Himmelberg who took a screamer. There we go. Most, you got this right. Well played. Well played, 25. 6 of yous went Sammy Taylor. He's playing well, isn't he? Daniel T and Causa fight back. D-Mac, big fella. Maddie's in there as well. Going nicely. Daniel T on top. Shorty's Tinder, D-Mac. Joshy Morgan's in at 4th. And I think that was Causa in 5. Question 5. How many possessions did Nick Dacos and Josh Dacos have between them on Sunday? A few of you probably had the C on Nick. But I'll tell you what, Josh had a pretty good day as well. 69, 72, 74, or 67 possessions. I reckon, look, let's face it, we all know Nick had 42, but how many did Josh have? I can tell you he had 30, which makes us 72, which has most of you. 17 got it right. Couple of slip-ups, but pretty solid. Daniel T, D-Mac, Big Nuts, Rash, Shorty's Tinder, all in very quick. So Daniel T will stay on top. D-Mac in a second, equals second with Shorty's Tinder. Ricky moves in the top 5. Joshy Morgan still in there. Question 6 as we hit the halfway mark. Keep it simple. Who's on top of the ladder? The Bombers, the Pies, the Saints, or Sydney? And if you had told me this would be the case, start of the year, I would have said, come on, mate. You're taking the piss. And they lost on the weekend and still held on to top spot. So the Saints on top, and just a nice, easy one, you guys tell me. 2080 is get that right. Well done. Daniel T doesn't fuck around. Jake, Buddy, big fella, Dino, go Pies. A few new faces into that one. Nice and quick there. Shorty's Tinder, Joshy Morgan, D-Mac, and Ricky. Of course, Daniel T, one of the all-time champions, still on top. Question 7. How many matches were played at the Adelaide Oval during gather round? Obviously, there was a few different ovals in play, but how many were at Adelaide Oval? Couple of easy ones in the midway point of this quiz, but there are a couple coming up that I reckon will really decide this quiz. There are a couple that I recall weren't too easy. Of course, we had 6, and again, the majority. I need to throw a bit of a banana peel in here. I reckon I need to slip someone up. Was he in quick? Matty in nice and quick. Jimmy, Shorty sticking nuts. Luke Mack and Buddy. So is Daniel T still on top? He is, with a margin too. He's about 50 points clear. Try and chase him down if you can. Which of these players played the most games? All champions. You got Rashudo, you got Voss, you got Hurd, you got Buckley. And this may be out of the vintage of some. So I reckon this will slip a few up. Only one of these blokes played 300 games. I'm just sensing a bit of a slip up here. And a slip up indeed. That's the question that could separate a few because Mark Rashudo actually the only one to play 300 games. Joshy Morgan, this could set him up. Big fella, Relton Roberts, Jake and Nick. Could Joshy get to the top? He can. He's on top. He takes a lead. Daniel T, D-Mac. That's huge. Huge from Josh, who talked it up too. Question 9. Geelong Premiership player Max Rook changed his name in 2006. What was his first name prior to that? Bit of a weird one, this. But I reckon most of you are in. But I reckon maybe the way they read might give it away. I didn't realize he spelled it that way, but yeah, he was Jared Rook once upon a time. And it split a few. It actually did split a few. This might be interesting. Matty, nice and quick. Big fella, D-Mac, XDH, big nuts. Matty's really boosted up there. Josh on top, Daniel T, D-Mac, big nuts, and Lukey Mac. Question 10. Not the last question, though. Who kicked the first goal of the 2017 grand final? You got Sloan, you got Martin, you got Walker, you got Lambert. How good are our memories here? Then we got 2 more questions after this. The extended version of the quiz. I think I'll keep it at 12. It was Rory Sloan with the mark and slot from 45. And again, he was the most popular answer, but a few went Walker and Lambert. How have we gone on top here? Jimmy, Shorty's Tinder, Widescreen TV, Rash, Big Fella. None of the guys up the top. How's our leaderboard looking? Josh still on top. He's got a buffer. Daniel T, Big Nuts. He's got about a 40-point buffer. Big couple of questions coming up here. In the Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs clash on Saturday night, who had the most possessions on the ground? Zach Butters, Marcus Bontempelli, Adam Treloar, Ollie Wines. I'll let you have a little crack at that. Can Josh hold on to his lead? Can Daniel T, a multiple quiz winner, track him down? Now, this will slip you up, I reckon. I reckon if you guys get this right, most of you, I reckon you've done well. It's a slip up. It's a slip up, baby. Bontempelli and Butters, 2060, but it was Adam Treloar. CI, Rash, Buddy, Galaxy, Ricky, all doing real nicely. Could this shake up the leaderboard? No, Josh is almost unbeatable up there. Fuck. What number did Jeremy Cameron wear at the Giants? I think Josh has done it. I think he was miles clear. I didn't quite see the final point tally, but this could be impressive here. Oh, no. Is that right? Oh, it is right, I think. Yeah, I think it is. Fuck. Yeah, it was 18. Yeah, shit. For a sec, I thought I'd made a typo. Shorty's losing his mind. There we go. He wore number 18. Final standings. Big Nuts in at third. Daniel T in at second. And is Josh Morgan with a nearly 100-point win. Takes it out. Let's view the report here. Who else was up there? And he talked it up and he's done it. He has done it. Well played, mate. Big Nuts, D-Mac, Luke Mac, all did real nicely. Shorty's Tinder was up there for a while. Jimmy, XDH, Ricky was in amongst it for some time. Freddie's SuperCoach, big fella, Buddy, Dino, Jake, Freddie, Paul, Matty, Causa. Well, Causa fell away a bit. Jesus, right. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Where's Josh? Has he been saying much? He must have said something. Easy. Easy. Was that in the quiz or was that? I don't even know. Well played, guys. Well played. You guessed them all. You couldn't have, mate, could you? You had bloody one of your all-time great guessing games there, mate. Yeah, well done. Yeah, Josh. Where's the wheel? Good fun, guys. Another great live sesh. Yeah, appreciate you jumping on board. I think the quiz goes all right. Like, what do you guys make of it? Like, do you like the 12 questions better than the 10? Like, I try to keep a bit of a mix of what happened on the weekend, but also like, a bit of overall sort of ones. Oh, thanks, Pyro. Yeah, I like it. It takes a. Yeah, amusement. Come on, brother. Nah, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? But you were Shorty's Tinder, Austin. Nice, mate. Yeah, there were a couple of interesting ones in there. A quiz about Shorty's life. Might not be the most interesting quiz. But good stuff, guys. Look, thanks again. I might sign off there. I reckon that was maybe our biggest live sesh for the whole year so far, I think. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Here we are. No, Steve. No, surprisingly not, which is unusual, isn't it? But maybe get around next week. They might not be around, but good stuff, guys. I'll be doing a video probably. I might record it tomorrow for Friday. I'll just see how I'm going, but surely we'll have a fresh cut by then. But nonetheless, looking forward to it. Join me live same time next week. Should be a bit of fun. SuperCoach Edge, mate. What's going on? That's it. In the cost. Yeah, thank you, guys. No, always a pleasure. And like I said, if you're around the Geelong area on Sunday, 12 o'clock down at Deakin, check out my video last week. Having a kick. We'll be filming it. Feel free to get around it. So it's been a pleasure as always. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, guys.